right, folks, welcome. Here we are. That's Beth over there. And as soon as I get a second here, I'm going to stop that music. That's Beth on the left and Orna on the right. Yay.
Hey.
Excited to have Orna with us tonight. Excited to have Beth with us too, don't get me wrong. But,
yeah, right.
Yeah. So thanks for joining us.
Excited.
Going to be fun tonight. Orna, we were doing a little technical thing before we went live. Can you see me now?
No, I can't. I guess if your listeners can, then we're good.
Yeah,
but
I think they can see
They
me.
can.
Yeah. Okay, well,
I don't know
we'll
why.
tough it out. Because normally, that's not an issue. So, okay,
Yeah.
we'll be good. We'll make it work. So tonight, all kinds of things. So Orna's with us. Oh, we're going to have, Orna was teasing us by waving her camera around to her workspace. So we're going to have her do that for everybody else so we can all drool together.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yes.
So jealous of that. Okay.
Gladly.
Today's podcast is Jennifer and me just yakking. I was trying to write a description this morning. We just talked about so many things. So just put it on and listen. It's fun. Sunday is Lori Markovich, La-Di-Da Cross Stitch Designs. So if you are a cross stitch La-Di-Da person, we get to talk to Lori. That's fun. And then Beth has joined me for two podcasts, and then one buddy. I talked to Jane Dunewald yesterday.
Okay.
That's coming up. Look up Creative Strength Training. Jane
Right.
Dunewald, Dunnewold, and you'll be locked in. And we had a great conversation with her. And then this morning, Hazel Blomkamp. So that wasn't too shabby.
That was fun. That
Yeah.
was. She was a hoot. She was a hoot.
So they're coming up in a couple of weeks. That'll be good. But Sunday is Lori Markovich. And then remember now the Spring Hill Stitch Along. Spring Hill Stitch Along. WeTalkFiber.com/SpringHill. And that's where you can get your kits. And Jennifer's the furthest along of the three of us, I believe, by a long
Yeah,
shot.
she's just lapping us, Gary. She's lapping us.
Jennifer and her time during the day is starting to irritate me, let me just say.
I think we ought to go find something else for her to do.
Yeah. I'm going to make a call to her husband. We'll fix that. Paint some walls or do something. Jeez.
Right. Right.
So WeTalkFiber.com/SpringHill, and you can get any one of the 4 kits available. And also, if you want more blue in my kit, ask Kathy for that. She's got information there. But check that out and join us because you can catch up quickly, believe me. Not a problem. I have it. Here's where I'm at. Right there. Perfect, huh?
Nice.
I'm flying. I marked the upper left corner. I'm good. And I still need people to send in photos of your projects so I can use them on the Wednesday show videos and on Instagram. So just send me just a half dozen or so. If you know how to put your name at the bottom so you get credit, do that. But just fire off some stuff. Right down there is my email address, Gary@WeTalkFiber.com. We'll get you there. But I'd appreciate that. So do that. And then I keep forgetting, so I remember tonight. I don't know why, I just did. But T-shirts, WeTalkFiber.com T-shirts, still available, large, extra large, and double XL on the website if you're interested in those, along with needle minders. So we have both of those. So I just never remember. But if you'd like a T-shirt, Fiber Talk made me buy it on the website. We have them. And then also on the website is that, we lost Orna.
I was wondering about that.
Uh-oh.
I'm still here.
We lost the video. Also on the website, if you'll recall, there's Orna back. If you'll recall, we made that list of TV shows and movies to watch while you're stitching. That's on the website too. That's a good list. And if you want me to add to it, send me your favorites. Then the winners from last Wednesday of the Avlia designs, the kit, Linda Micheloni. I'm going with that. She won the kit. Remember, we had a kit and then we had charts. So, and she wrote to me today saying that it came in the mail today. So she's all fired up about that. So yay for her. And then the people that won charts were Teresa Vickers and Dorothy Brancato. And since I didn't have kits for them, I threw in an extra chart. One got an extra Avlia chart and then one got a chart from someone else. So you got 2 charts instead of a kit. So I tried to help out there. Now tonight, let me switch over to the other thing here, because we have Orna is making available to us tonight 5 kits, or 5, not kits, 5 charts. 5 charts. So 5 people will win. Right down there, Gary@WeTalkFiber.com. If you're new, the way you enter the drawings is you send email to Gary@WeTalkFiber.com and you put the subject in the subject line Orna tonight. Just Orna. Don't put anything else. Don't put in I want to win Orna or any of that, because it'll never get to the mailbox. Just Orna. And as I've said a million times, you do not want to be in my regular inbox, because yeah,
It's a scary place.
it's a frightening place. So just put just Orna in the subject line. Then in the main body, put your name and address so that we can send it to you. And tonight, these are going to be PDFs that I'll send to you. Orna will send them to me. I'll send them out to you. So they're going to be PDFs, not something that goes in the mail. So that's how you enter. And it's just for people who listen to the live show. So when we sign off, I go upstairs, I do the drawing, and it's over. So it's just live show people who participate. So some really cool things. So give me a second here. I'm going to switch over to the other. I forgot to check that. I'm back, starting over. Sorry. Okay, these are, so nobody heard the part about the kit, so that's good. So okay. See, I had my butt covered for me. So these are the charts. These are the charts that you can win tonight. One of each of these designs. So a summer drink, mint. This is the mint version. These are all colorways of the charts. So mint, and then sugar for summer drink, and then colorways for contemporary tartan. Here's one. This is the kind of stuff you're going to see all night. All these colors and all this texture all night long. This is what you're going to see. So this is red clay. This is another red clay. I didn't ask. This is turquoise. So that's contemporary tartan. And then here's the third one will be Dina. Is that right, Orna? Dina?
Yes, it is.
Dina Sky. So here's one colorway. That one, oh man, that one's right up my alley. And then here's another colorway. This is called River. And then down the line, Bougainvillea. Holy smokes. Electric. And down the line, Mardi Gras. And then Magic Entranced. Magic Entranced. You're good at the names, Orna. Magic Spellbound. And that's it. So those 5. So Magic, down the line, Dina, Contemporary Tartan, and Summer Drink. So those are the 5 that you can win tonight by doing the usual send email right at the bottom there. Put Orna in the subject line, put your name and address in the body of the email, and we'll have a drawing. So thanks to Orna for making 5 charts available. That's fantastic. Thank you.
My pleasure.
And then as soon as I get done with these announcements, we're going to start going through a whole bunch of pictures of Orna works that are a lot of fun. So, and then if you win one of those charts, you can order the kit. You can get the kit, the threads and the canvas and everything from Orna. She'll do that, and then you'll get a little discount off the price because you already have the chart. So, and then Orna at ornadesign.com. Okay, Orna at, it's O-R-N-A, Orna at ornadesign.com. That's the email. And if you want to buy, if you win and you want to get the kit, that's how you contact her. And then also, if you just want to get on her list so you keep on top of what she's doing, new designs and stuff, send an email and, subject line, put me on the list or something like that, and she'll add you to the magic mailing list for Orna Designs, and that'll be good.
Right. And just one more thing you need to remember, you guys, because it's a PDF, you cannot, you can make a personal working copy, obviously, but PDFs, you're not allowed to pass those on. I think that's a copyright violation.
Thank you.
PDF.
See, I knew I'd forget that. Yeah, don't be doing that to Orna. Don't be doing it to anybody.
No.
Don't be doing it to anybody. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You want your own? Orna will sell you one. She'll sell you the kit, but yeah, don't do that to people.
No.
PDF, one for you. Working
That's
copies in the trash when you're done. Please.
Right.
Protect those copyrights. Otherwise, these people quit doing them.
Yeah.
We don't want that. So there we have it. Okay. We're not going to spend time talking about Orna and her career because there are 3 podcasts at WeTalkFiber.com that cover that from stem to stern. The most recent one in the middle of December, just this past month. So you can go listen to those. But we did talk in December about your workspace studio. Holy smokes. So you got to show us. So I'm going to put you on full screen. Whoops, that's Beth. We don't want to see Beth's studio. Here,
no.
hang on, Orna. Hang on.
No.
There we go.
Gary, well, can I just say one thing?
Yes.
I have to say good night to Nomi and Ruben, my grandkids, who just let me know that they're watching, and I promised I would do that because I love them so much.
Good night, Nomi.
Good night.
And good night, Ruben. Love you. All right. So now tell me what you want me to show.
Now you're going to make everybody jealous by just giving us a scan of your workspace in your studio.
All right. Well, I'll try to move aside, right? So right back there is my big workspace. And all of these are drawers for anything that's not a skein. Goes in these drawers. I've got one wall of fibers there. Let's see. There you go.
Oh, look at that. That is gorgeous.
Yeah. And you know that this is what you see when you walk into our home. I can't think of anything nicer to see. And then there's the other one. Back there I have, would you like me to open a cabinet?
Well, sure. Why not? Yeah.
Yes.
There's one I love to open in particular. These are beads. Can you see them?
Oh, yes. Oh, I love that organization. Oh.
I know that's the only one I'm going to show you because it's the only one that's organized. So yeah, it's a great place to work, definitely.
That's pretty nice. That big massive counter tabletop there in the middle, that's to die for right there. Yeah.
Yeah. Especially the height.
Yes.
It looks like it's a nice height to work.
It's an IKEA countertop, so IKEA Island actually. So yeah, it's perfect.
Yep. Okay, we're done being jealous. All right. That's amazing. Okay, so we might as well. So go listen to those podcasts if you want to know all about Orna. I think we've covered about everything in 3 runs. So if not, we'll do another show. I don't care. So let's just have at it here. Let me switch over again.
Gary,
yep.
I can't see the photos, so you're going to just tell me in a word what it is that everybody's looking at.
And that's why I sent you that PDF. Did you get that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I will, and I'll pull it up.
But no, you won't be able to see them. No, you won't be able to see them. That's where Beth comes in. She's on duty.
Yes.
I'm on duty.
Okay.
All right. So here we go. Okay.
All
so
right.
this
I got them.
This is how Orna shows her stuff in her house. We're just going to warm up with this. These are some of her designs framed and hanging on the wall. And for those who haven't listened to the December podcast, you can also see Orna's work in the Pennsylvania Convention Center. If you ever go to a show or something in Pennsylvania, in Philly, she's on display there. So check that out. Yeah, but this is her own private collection, and most of these, a good number of these, we're going to see tonight. I think some of them, maybe, I don't know. So there's that, and then so the first one. Now these, Beth even says she still has a kit for these wristlet things,
Cuffs.
cuffs. There, thank you. It's the one syllable words I have trouble with. Yeah. Because I remember when you were doing these, you did more than just these, right?
Yes, I have quite a few of them. Different levels of difficulty, but yeah.
And now, do we have those on some kind of a spring metal form that they get attached to? Is that how it works?
No, actually, it's on just on a backing of UltraSway, but there's this system that I teach on how to use a copper wire around the perimeter,
Oh,
and that is easy. It's something you can do by yourself, and it lasts for a long, long time. All of mine are still going strong. So they open and close sort of really easily. You can bend them to any size you want.
okay. Oh, and then you get that copper benefit of having. Yeah, no, probably not. But I mean, they're
I like
obviously,
the bead fringe.
yeah.
The little. Yeah, I'm wondering if that's what mine have. I can't remember the cuffs. Which ones?
The beading on the
Yeah.
edges.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that's also something that is part of the cuff. A little beading, a little stitching, a little wire work, a little bit of everything.
So you learn a lot of different techniques.
Yep.
Yeah,
Really
Beth.
detailed.
Yeah, Beth, break that kit out. You know, it's
Yeah, Beth.
knock the dust off. Let's go. Yeah.
Yeah, my spare time.
But yeah, I remember when you were doing those. Yeah, so they're still popular today. People still want them.
Yeah, in fact, I just finished an online class, not for these, but for a different cuff, flower cuff for one of our local, not so local area EGA guilds.
Uh-huh.
It was a few months ago, but it was delightful. Yeah.
That's a pretty quick stitch. What is the canvas? What, 8 inches long, 6 inches long?
It depends on the wrist size because you can add or take off, but yeah, it probably would go from 6 to 8.5, depending on what it is that you need. It is a quick stitch. I mean, this one is much more intricate. There's more going on, but it's an 8x2, 8x3, so
Yeah.
no excuses, Beth.
Let's go.
I know.
Let's go, Beth. Okay, now these I had never seen till you sent the picture. The Dolce necklace. I'd never seen these.
Yep, these are beads. They're made individually. Again, it's an online class, and I teach everything from the stitching to the finishing to putting them together as beads. It's a fabulous, well, I love miniatures. So as if the stitching isn't small enough, it's on Congress cloth, then the bead, probably about 3/4 of an inch, this whole thing. And they're double-sided.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I remember when you first offered those, and I didn't realize they were double-sided.
Yep. So if they flip, like in jewelry, that happens. Or if you're wearing earrings, you want the back to be presentable. So, yep.
These are neat. So what do you have some kind of a form in the middle?
No, it's stuffed in the middle. You get a special cardstock that you score to make it, whether it's round or it's triangle, whatever shape, you stuff it. And really the siding is just a long stitch that goes all the way around.
Uh-huh.
I say that as if it's really easy. Truth is, it's not so easy. You have to really want to do it.
Well, and
But
those little beads you're adding on it too.
yes, yes, there's beads there too. But I mean, I feel like it's something that, you won't find. It's a great way to wear what we do, and in small bits. And yeah, I've got tons of them. And the class was great. Had a fun time putting them together.
And I'm just rifling through the pictures for people here. There's so many different ways that you can use them. Necklace, earrings, scissor fob, key fob, any number of things.
Right. Absolutely. Yep.
Because there for a while you were doing a lot of jewelry type stuff, as I recall.
Well, yeah, it's either the cuffs. Did this. I also have some larger pendants that I did with some beaded, chain. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like to give an option of, first of all, smaller projects, and secondly, being able to wear what you do,
Yeah.
what you
Right.
make.
I think it's nice too that, we have so many things, if you've stitched for a while, you've got stuff on the walls, you finished, we've made pillows or whatever, but this gives a
Right.
different way to, and especially if I love doing those kind of stitches, what a way to showcase them.
Yeah. Well, I've been thinking about bringing the class back. It's a lot of work, but if anybody's interested, write to me. I'd love to do them with a few other people online.
Yeah. They're just neat. I love the shot with your hands and all. Just, oh, here's a whole bunch of them. Enjoy.
Oh, that's my daughter's hands. My
Oh,
beautiful daughter, Sherry. I keep the family working for me.
clearly you do. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a good thing. That's
Make
a
the
good thing.
grandkids watch you and everything. Yeah. Okay.
You need a support system.
That's right. All right. Now, this is another one I had not seen, the Heritage
Yes.
Mandarin chart. Man, this is so cool. What inspired this one? You got a lot of elements in this.
Well, I've never done until that point. I never did a full-on Judaic piece. In other words, nothing with very clear symbols. So, of course, that's the Star of David, and I wanted it to be. I wanted to express it somehow in a very ethnic Middle Eastern way. And so that was, the Star of David was the inspiration. And then I started putting these elements around. And I don't know if your viewers can see the close-up shots.
Yep. Coming to that right now. Yep. I got the first one up
So-
here.
So you can see that there is a lot going on. There's beading, there's pearl that happens to be copper. And just a lot of different stitches, different heights. I think it's the next photo where you sort of get a feeling like you're on a plane looking right down at the
Yep.
piece.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's really neat. And when we did the last podcast, we talked about how you put so much texture into your pieces with your stitching. And we'll see several of these shots looking across the surface, but it really shows up and it adds so much to the design, the way that you put all those together.
And the color combinations, I think that this one especially, when I saw it, when you send the photos earlier, Gary, I love the color. They do scream to me, the yellow and the blue Judaica, but but the colorway is just gorgeous. It's just it's just a beautiful design, the whole piece.
Thank you. And this was the second colorway. I don't remember if I sent a photo of the first colorway, which is a little different.
Yeah, you did
And-
the kiwi.
Yes.
Okay, I've got that up now. Yeah.
Yeah, so this was for me considered tame compared to the the other one. But that was the first one, and so I've got these burgundies and browns and yeah, a little bit of kiwi, but it's very tame, right? And
Yeah.
then I thought, I need to do something about that, and came up with the other one.
Well,
And in this one,
oh, go ahead.
go ahead.
No, go ahead. That's all right.
In this one, there is pearl both in blue, where it's painted, and in sterling silver.
Okay, I see it.
Adds such that pearl really adds something to it. That's really neat.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And talk about from
Yeah.
the design with me class. One of the things I took out of that was that you use that tan canvas. Talk about why you do that.
This is called a brown canvas, although you're right, it's not really brown. But I feel like it's the color that is least a color. So what I mean is, if I had to look for a neutral background, maybe your mind goes to white, but white is a very strong color, and it's certainly not neutral. It will certainly make a statement with whatever threads you're using. This color tends to kind of melt away, I think. And if you look at the color, you might not see that first, but you can see that any combination, what stands out are the colors in the combination and not the background.
Yeah, and when I first got that kit, I thought, boy, what a strange canvas color. And then when you explained why, and then ever since then, it amazes me how it really does visually just disappear. And you would not think that a colored canvas would do that, but it really does.
Yeah. And it's hard for me. I would love to use, as you can imagine, all the beautiful colors that canvases come in. I really have to hold back and just stick to this most of the time.
Yeah. That's just a neat thing that you do that I have not seen anyone else do, and it's very effective. It really works. So, oh man, so many things to do in that thing. Oh.
I know, and I was like, at first I thought the pearl was like the memory wire, and I thought, is that memory wire? No, I see it now. It's the pearl. It's gorgeous.
It's the real deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That's so neat. Yep.
Thank you.
Okay, now tessellations again.
Yeah. So the first tessellation is actually hanging in the Philadelphia Convention Center. And this was another take on it. If you look carefully at the piece, you'll see that it's comprised of identical triangles, which are the basic cell, and that triangle is flipped and flopped, and the colors are changed and the pattern, and therefore it's called tessellations. But that's how you get that interesting pattern, whereas you're really just repeating that same triangle again and again.
Oh, look at that. I did not. Holy smokes.
Wow.
Yeah, when you study it, it really comes out. Wow. So how many different triangles are there? 4?
Oh, no. There are many more. Many more. I want to say there are probably 12, I believe. I just kidded this the other day. That's why I can remember. Otherwise, I wouldn't have a clue. But there are at least 12.
Yeah.
And then each triangle has a different combination. So if you're looking at any couch stitches that use 3 different threads, then in a different. Am I boring you, Gary?
No. Oh, now you can see me? I just yawned. See, Gan Rogers did this to me too. I just yawned. No, you're not boring me at all. It's been a long day. Okay, I'm covering the camera. You cannot see me anymore.
That's nice.
See that, okay, to me, all right. So you did the triangles with the, and I think of in some ways of like quilts, like so if you
Yeah.
change the squares around, you get different patterns. And so that's why I'm being so quiet. I'm here. I'm looking at these different triangles and trying to see, okay, where are they different? Where are they the same? Just how they move around. And so I hate to say this, what if you moved a little bit of the triangles around? Would you be able to do that on this piece, or would it upset the balance too much? So like
well,
if you flipped everything inside, like you took all the yellow centers, I don't know.
you can. That's a great point. You can make endless combinations with these. So I happen to put them together where you have those diamonds that stand out. Depending on the color, you can make the diamonds less visible and, the outer part stronger. If you see that the dark color, which is actually a very dark brown, it's not black, that stands out. But again, you can emphasize any color, and really it's just, and you can also just flip them a different way. Absolutely. You can make the piece a different shape altogether. So if you were to do a rectangle, then, you would get some kind of long, sort of belt-like pattern. Endless possibilities.
Yeah, this is one of those where I think you take the picture and cut out all the triangles and then move them around. Oh man, yeah.
Oh, that would be.
You
so
think
cool.
that's cool, man? You can't imagine what charting it and having the color key and the numbers and that was a nightmare.
Oh, I'm sure.
That's just really neat. All right. Freedom Gold. Oh.
Yes.
Kind of has a Mandela feel to it to me. I don't know.
Yeah, it does. You're right. I did a series of pieces that were called Shields of Life. And each one was sort of a different element to me of the elements of life. So there was spirit, there's courage, there's freedom. And this was, I want to say, the fourth in the series. They're all relatively big pieces.
Uh-huh. Now is that Pearl?
Lots of Jessicas.
That's Pearl
What's
there
that?
again too.
Yes.
Yeah, there is a Jessica or two. That's shocking that you would have a Jessica.
Look at just a few.
I'm just beyond.
Yep.
I can imagine it would be one of those pieces you'd say, okay, I'm going to work on this for a little bit. All those Jessicas, I'm going to take a breath, work on something else, and then go back to the Jessicas. Oh, but they're gorgeous. And the colors, I do love the colors in this piece. So was it an overdyed that you used for the?
Yeah. Yep. And, I just finished saying that I almost always use brown.
Right.
And here's an example that I use black, but the black is there definitely to play a part in the piece.
Yeah.
Right. Because I think if you'd done it on a different color, it would not have popped as much. It wouldn't have the visual impact that it has on the black.
Yeah, this is a popper.
That's nice. Yep. All right, now here we have Royal Wisteria. This one. When I was going through them, this is all right. I got to have this and this and this, but this one right here, just really like it.
Thanks. It's not a difficult piece.
No,
this is
no.
Not,
But,
yeah, this is
no.
definitely something.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward, but the impact and especially the colors really
Hmm.
make it come to life there. Yeah.
You were asking me today when we were writing back and forth about lacquer boxes that I had,
Yes.
and all gone. But I used this design as, the top for the top of the lacquered boxes. And oh my God, it was so beautiful.
And those boxes, I will forever kick myself for not buying one because I was going to buy one. I thought, for what? I don't have anything to use it for. And the little voice said, these aren't going to be available forever. You better buy one. And I didn't. Those are just the most beautiful boxes I think I've ever seen.
Oh,
You kick yourself? I didn't leave one for myself.
Oh,
Talk
you
about
didn't?
cheating.
oh no, that's terrible.
Yep, forgot to do that.
What was it? Just the maker just quit making them, or?
Yeah, he did. I started carrying them and then he stopped making them. I bought everything he had, but yeah, they just disappeared. They were really gorgeous.
Yeah, they really were. Yeah, you can go back. I'm sure they're on Orna's website somewhere, folks. If you want to just see something you can't ever have again. Um, it's,
Good one.
yeah, it's just depressing. Yeah, because they're so beautiful. Now this is the one. This is the one. I gotta have this one, Orna. This is
The house I built.
the house I built. I gotta have this one. I don't know what it is about it, but it just because I had not seen this one till you sent me the pictures, and it's just I really like it.
What do you like about it,
Yeah.
Gary? That's what I'm curious about.
Well, there's Jessica's. Oh,
Well, yeah, we always get it.
you know, it's different every time I look at it, and it's like one of those optical illusion things to me. So sometimes it's like the on the top to the right of those four Jessicas, those four white Jessicas, that looks 3D to me sometimes, and then it looks flat to me, and you have such a nice negative space, and it
Right.
just yeah, it really just, and then you repeat that vertical piece there on the side, and I like what you do inside the Jessicas. The whole thing just really does well, but that the background is the whole thing is just really. It made me stop when I was going through the pictures and getting ready. It's like, whoa, this one. Where did this come from? My
I
head.
designed. I tell you, this piece was wishful thinking. I was designing it when I started thinking that I want to build my own house. I mean, not physically build it myself, but I started thinking about, wouldn't it be wonderful to have a place that we could design from start? Our house doesn't look exactly like that, but it is very boxy. So in that respect, it does. Also, I love figuring out ways to work into my pieces little doodads from different artists. So the round beads that are up in the sky there,
Mhm.
Yeah.
there's a Fimo artist, the clay that you bake, that makes these miniature beads that have so much detail on them when you look up close. And I just fell in love with them, and I thought, okay, I need to figure out how to use them. There are also some yellow ones sort of towards the bottom. Those are not Jessica's, Gary. Those are beads.
Okay.
You make fun of me.
But we like doing Jessica's.
Yeah,
Or at
actually,
least I like doing Jessica's.
I don't mind them at all.
I
No,
do
I don't
too.
mind them at all. But you
They're
can't
very
use
gratifying.
that many in your designs and not catch some heat for it, Orna. So just deal with it.
Okay. I deserve it. You're right.
So this really was then in what's in your head and what was in your head for what the house you eventually built then.
Yeah, I mean, it was just starting to develop a desire to do something from scratch, live in a place that I have input into what it looks like and how it is to live inside it. And I also had to start warming my husband up to the idea. So it was a nice way.
The only person who's ever started designing a house with a needlework project. Okay, you win. You win. Well,
Yeah.
that one for me. All right. Next one is the I wrote
That's
it down.
another shields.
Yes, the spring something, right?
Yeah, it's a spring colorway, right? And if you remember the black one that we just saw, it's not identical, but it's very, very much of the same feel, the Mandela feel, and a Jessica or two. It's just, again, the colors, you play with them, you change, you come from a different point of view. And there we go again. Gosh, I sound like such a liar. That's white canvas.
Yep.
Right, but it plays as part of the design, so it still works. If you had used brown, it wouldn't have been maybe as effective.
Beth, the check is in the mail. Thank you.
I'll just take one of the designs. That's fine.
But this is, giving you heat about the Jessicas, but this is a really good example of how you use the center of the Jessicas. And you make the center do something all the time. And I really like that.
Yeah. There are also some freshwater pearls here.
Yep.
The light teal, turquoise colored ones.
Neat.
Oh, very nice.
Thank you.
Okay. Now this, I don't know if I'll say it right. Koki?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Koki?
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember when we were doing the Design With Me class, which is now, 2 years ago? Whatever. Then
more, yeah.
Yeah. Then you came out with this design. And I remember buying it because you were helping contribute to something in Puerto Rico. Tell the story behind this again.
So it was the horrible hurricane. It was a hurricane, right?
Yes.
Devastating. And, there's always a sense of what can I do? What can I do? So I decided to sort of use my designs as a way to raise money. And I stitched this one. I came up with this one really quick. There's a beautiful lizard-like creature in Puerto Rico that makes amazing sounds. I think they do it at night. But anyway, this is the way that they were presented many, many years ago, probably by the first settlers around or something of that sort. And so I used that, came up with the design, came up with a bunch of different colorways, and all the proceeds from the sale went to Puerto Rico. And we actually, all of us together actually made a nice donation. It was great feel.
Oh, so it was successful in that regard then too.
Yeah.
That's great.
It did what I was hoping it would do. Yep.
It's the only needlework piece of any kind where I've actually gone to the internet to look up to see what the sound the animal made. So.
Yeah. Yeah. And then along the sides, those are really fun looking paillettes that you attach all the way around.
So neat.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. Okay. And then now this is helpful because a lot of people doing online classes. And so, what is my experience doing an online class in terms of seeing what the instructor's doing? And so Orna was kind enough to send a couple of photos showing what it looks like in her classes when you're teaching. And it's pretty neat because you can see that it's pretty easy to, there's two shots, pretty easy to see what you're doing with the overhead camera, and looks like you've got it down pretty well in terms of being able to follow you.
Yeah, so I have a really nice setup. I have 2 cameras, And one of them is aimed at my canvas, and I can work. And I really think that the view you get here is better than you can get even if you're, in a small class, because all of us are seeing what I'm doing from the right angle, right? So you're not standing on the other side or kind of squeezing in between others to figure out what I'm doing. You're standing over my shoulder and you're able to follow. And no joke, if you look to the right, you see that I actually stitched Jessica from start to finish with the class. Lots of them. I'm looking at this, yes. I did some weaving. It's really neat. And then when you have really big classes, then it's something that you just can't achieve in in a straightforward class. So it's got a lot of cool aspects to it for learning.
Well, and the pandemic pain in the butt for everybody, but coming out of this pandemic is going to be that you people, you designers and teachers, have developed some skill with the technology that is going to really benefit everyone in terms of understanding how to do these stitches and how to do these projects, and being able to see videos over and over again that are clear and up close. And it's just going to be one of the benefits. Just kind of an ugly way to get there, but
yeah, very true. Yes, every class, every session that I do is immediately recorded, and I send the link out. So even if you were in the class and you want to look at something again, or you forgot something or whatever, you just have it there for your review.
Yeah, well, it's just neat, and it's lots of people learning how to use the technology to get the most. And so this one here is just really shows what you can get out of it. All right, now this one. Okay, the class, folks. The class for this one started Sunday. So, but Orna says she's going to do it again. We talked her into it before the show.
That's right. Yeah.
So this is I forget now. What's this called?
Many Moons.
Many Moons. This class starts. So get on the list. Orna at ornadesign.com, and then when she starts the next class, then you can get in on this. I mean, obviously the moon thing, but what inspired you to do this gridded design like this?
It was looking at. I'm sure you've seen those photographs that are a combination of the moon in its various stages, where it goes from a sliver and the middle is the full moon and so forth. And I was looking at something like that one day and sort of noticed the shapes, noticed the negative spaces. I love what happens, just you might look at it as individual stages, but I sort of like the progress. And I thought I was going to see what I could do with that. And this is what came of it.
Now, when you do a design like this, do you do the overall design first, or do you take a square and make it grow from there?
I take a stitch and make it grow from there.
Oh, okay.
I want to say that I knew this was going to be a grid. I wasn't sure what the size was. I wasn't sure what the multiples would be, and I wasn't sure how they would relate to each other. I just knew that I was going to play with various takes on the circle or the moon. But it's a process that I really go step by step by step, and it kind of comes to life. And at the end of every step, it becomes clear what I want to do next. I could never do this by, drawing it out ahead of time.
That mental process fascinates me. That you can do that. Yeah. It looks like little. Go ahead, Beth.
Well, just by taking one stitch and moving out from there, that's fascinating. But
in the class on Sunday, I'm trying on each session to bring a little bit of insight into the process, into into my mind, which is a scary thing to do. And so we were talking about color and how a lot of my pieces, certainly up until this year, when you looked at them, you could sort of define, okay, the color scheme here is, you know, different greens, blues, purples, or whatever. With this one, if you looked at it and then had to turn around and describe it to someone who hadn't seen it, in terms of the color, I think you would have a hard time. I would have a hard time.
Yeah.
And yet the colors work. And so I explained sort of what I did to achieve that. And in part, it's intuitive, and then I have to try to understand what that intuition really means. But with color, it was the same way. I started with one color and grew into a combination. And then, so if you look at the two left, the top and the one beneath it, I believe it's on the left where you have like two, you have these portions of a circle moving from one to the other.
Yeah.
Right? So from those two, there's some elements that I took along, and connections is what makes things work. So the top and the bottom both have the element of purples. They don't have to be the same, but they're purples, and the element of the shape. And even though they're very different individually, having those connections makes it sort of stream into place. And one of the things I asked the students to do at, you know, between our lessons was to try to come up with connections that they see. We did a little bit of that in class, and they came up with connections that I hadn't even noticed.
Yeah.
And so it's a cool process.
Now take me through the mental debate, if there was one, of not putting any thread in the grid lines.
Just a little bit of calm, a little bit of place to rest, a little bit of definition between the various stages of the moon.
Okay.
And I have a liking for grids too. Obviously, we work on a grid, so there's something really soothing for me about that.
Yeah, because it's the kind of thing with having nothing there that initially you don't even notice it. You notice grids, but you don't notice the bare canvas in between. At least I didn't. And then the more I study it, then I see it there. But it's really a non-issue. And then I try to visualize it if you put like a black or a dark color in there, and it would just completely destroy the piece.
And I did stitch the grid, but I didn't like it, and I took it out and left it blank.
Yeah. It's an interesting thing. It's a beautiful piece.
It is just gorgeous, and I'm just looking at it and trying to make other connections besides the ones next to each other. I'm like, okay, across the piece, you know, so to make, because then it becomes a whole. You know, It's not just, you know, pairs. You can see connections in other areas.
Yeah. And if anybody's wondering what goes into that, here's a picture of the kit, the thread kit. Holy smokes. Yeah.
Oh, look at all those gorgeous threads.
Look at that, huh?
Aren't they mouthwatering?
Oh, they are. They are.
And one of my favorite things is to figure out how to package the kits. I like to imagine what the person that opens the box is going to see and feel when they open. So this kit comes with a beautiful, like big size acrylic clear box with all the threads and with little boxes of other doodads in it. The class that we'll probably mention that is coming up, I have a special carry bag that I'm going to put all the threads in. And so it'll be something really nice that you can take with you as you stitch it.
All right,
Yeah.
Sandy P has a question. Sandy wants to know, would this work well with other colors?
It, it's a hard question because, first of all, I want to say yes. But again, because this colorway is so encompassing, I guess the only other colorway that I would perhaps try to examine would be something that would be on a spectrum of blacks and grays and whites, where you would take it to the total opposite in order to have some interest, in order to see it, what happens when I really change things. So, yeah, and if
No,
Sandy wants to try,
I can see that. Oh man, that's
Oh,
appealing.
yeah.
Oh, that's really appealing. Blacks. Oh yes. Oh, because you have all the textures there, so it would hold up.
right.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah, and all the
man.
different weights of threads you would use to get that, and the different gradations of, and the sparkly with the matte, flat. Oh yeah.
Yep.
But I mean, not that this isn't gorgeous, drop dead. But see, when I do things, I have a bad habit of it. I used to do things more than once because I'd have to see what happened when I changed the colors.
That's a good habit. In fact, I always encourage anyone who does my pieces, if you do change or if you do it in a different colorway, please send me a photo because you have saved me the frustration of not knowing what it would look like in this or that.
Oh,
Well, this one in blacks and grays. Oh man, yeah,
oh,
yeah,
Got to get to work on that one.
yeah, yeah.
yeah. Sandy says she loves the colors, but she also loves playing around with them too, just to see what else can happen. Oh, Sandy, she likes
Absolutely.
you. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. So that class, get on the list, folks, because then when the class comes up again, you'll be able to sign up. All right. Now this class is with Shining Needle Society. This is Fields of Gold, and the registration was supposed to end Monday, but you can still get in on the deal, right?
Yes, Gary, I definitely wanted to give an opportunity to have some listeners of you be able to get onto the list of the class as well. So I'm going to extend it to Monday. Today's Wednesday, yeah, to Monday. I've got a few more kits, and you're welcome if you have an interest to send me an email, and I'll follow through.
Yep. Orna at ornadesign.com. That's where your email goes. This thing is special. It really is neat. So, all right, Fields of Gold, and we've got 3 or 4 pieces or shots from the side, which will make your mouth water. But now, where does this come from? What was the inspiration for this?
So this was sort of inspired by it was built on a type of design system that I use. I'm starting to get mixed up with my own words. I love taking watercolor and a beautiful sheet of watercolor paper and painting different shapes, dividing them up into smaller shapes. So in this case, it was a triangle, and I divided it up and used all sorts of colors. And when I'm done, I take it and I interpret it into stitches. So it's sort of different in that, yes, this time I plan things out in watercolor. But looking at the finished piece or the finished triangle and comparing it to the watercolor triangle is just so gratifying. And of course, there's endless interpretations to whatever shapes. I decide to do it with these stitches. You can do it with any others. So that was a fun, it's something I do often. I just really enjoy blending the two systems.
It sort of reminds me of like of Matisse. The colors remind me of, and I'm thinking Matisse, but I'm not sure if he's the right artist influence. And um,
You sounded really knowledgeable until you started doubting yourself, Beth. You should have just stuck with it, because I was impressed there for just a second.
for about 30 seconds.
Now I'm over it. It's just
Oh my goodness, is he mean to you, Beth?
He's a big tease. That's fine. Get it back later. But that it is that I think that every time I look at it, I see just the different designs in there. That it's fascinating. And Gary wants to sign up for this one too. I know he does.
yeah. I've been debating. Well, maybe this isn't the right term, but maybe it is. Kind of a cubist feel to it. Is that the right term?
It could be. There's definitely cubic type shapes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
and also the way it comes together.
Yeah, even though it's based on triangles, it's kind of that big chunks of stuff that all come together. Yeah.
Which to me, and when I was done, it looked like an aerial of, an agricultural kind of
yes.
area where the different fields, you can see them from above, give you that same kind of feel of definition in the different shapes.
Yep.
There's the corn and there's the wheat.
Yeah.
And that's maybe where she gets her name from.
Yeah. That's right.
Oh.
It's really neat. So people can sign up for that class. You just email Orna
yes.
And you got till Monday to do that. She's extending a week so that if you want to get in on this, you can. Kits are still available.
And it'll be a Zoom class that starts in mid-March.
Because you have all the materials, kits, and everything, so you're not waiting on stuff. So you're in good shape in terms of everybody having what they need done.
This time I did it all ahead of time.
This one time.
Yes, I learned my lesson.
I think so. I think for a lot of people, even if they try, it still is blown up on them. So.
Oh, it's tough. It is. It is tough. Yeah.
The supply chain is very broken, but yeah.
And it's nobody's fault, It's
right.
It's the great news is that so many of us are doing handwork much more than we've ever done. The other day I was trying to order needles for the kids. Number 22 needle, by the way. Impossible to find.
Oh no, really?
Yeah. And everything else, there's really low inventory.
Oh, boy. Hope
So don't lose your needles.
Yeah, no kidding. I was just thinking that. How many 22s do I have here? I got plenty, so I'm good.
You can make a little profit on the side.
Yeah. Because you don't think needles, come on. You think you could just go pick those up anytime, but not so much. Wow. Love it.
Sandy says it reminds her of a stained glass window.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Yeah, there's that feel too. Yeah. So, okay. So Orna at ornadesign.com. If you want to get in on this class, kit's still available. You got till Monday. So hop to it. Now, the dragon's here.
Yes. This is, as you see, it's a piece that I am still working on. And this is called Nomi's Dragons. And if you remember from the beginning of our conversation, Nomi is my granddaughter. So it's funny that you were saying I'm good with names, because it is one of the most difficult things to come up with. And I again, I started, do you see in each of these combinations, there is, would you know it, a row of Jessicas, of 5 Jessicas right in the middle?
Shocking. Absolutely
Yes,
shocking.
yes. And that's where I started. The middle one with the 5 Jessicas, I stitched those and slowly built in both directions. And I kind of saw maybe some sort of African mask thing going on. I wasn't clear, and it sort of built, and I knew that this was something folklore sort of. So I sent it to my daughter, a photo, and I said, please ask the kids what they see here. And Nomi said, dragons, what do you think? And there's Nomi's dragons. She solved that problem. There's the name.
Now, and I didn't see it without knowing the name, but once I read the name, then I immediately saw those dragon things in Chinese parades.
Yes, exactly.
It immediately you see that. It's so neat the way that works. Yeah. And you started with 5 Jessicas in the middle just like that and built everything off of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's your problem, Beth? That just amazes me.
It just comes out. I know, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, how did she do that? How did she do that?
Yeah, you artists, that artist mind, it just amazes me every time how you can make that happen.
I like to post on Instagram. I believe I do that. I like to post the process, so it's sort of like you're in with me on the stitching, and I will post the photographs every time. And many times you'll see it, and then the next time there'll be a section that you don't see anymore because I decided it wasn't right and took it out. But if you look on my Instagram account, you should be able to see this in process.
Yeah. Well, it works. It is pretty neat. So this will be available Monday? No. No.
And my only other question is, okay, so you're obviously filling in the background. Is that just like a basket weave?
Mm-hmm.
Did the bag, so the brown canvas didn't work? You decided it needed to pop a little bit more off the canvas?
I don't think I have an answer for you. Why did I do that? I think there was a lot of background. I did want to give it something to sit in.
Okay.
It was it was a big decision on the color, and I'm not even sure if I'm not going to do something on top of the background in some areas. I'm not sure, but I felt like it wasn't enough to just let them, float around there on the canvas. Needed to anchor them.
Right, and it still, if you look at that bottom half where you haven't done the stitching yet, you can see it does ground it more when it's on the basket weave.
Yeah.
Now at this stage, would you say this is 80% finished, 90%, or not even that?
You're talking about the design or the stitching?
Yeah, the overall design. Yeah.
I would say 80.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely 80. But sometimes those last 20% can be a bummer.
That's the tough ones.
Well, I got to ask you, are you going to add some more beads to it?
There are no beads here, and I think I'm going to leave it without the beads because I feel like we're getting a lot of the feeling of, little pointillisms almost without beads. So I'm not sure that I need them. But looking at the background, I don't know if maybe there should be some sort of pattern, very, very light pattern on top of the background. Maybe something only with filament. So I'm not sure because, I will try it and then I'll see what happens to the dragons. Does that take away from them? And then the border is quite intricate as well. So do I need it or don't I? I don't know yet. I'm going to have to try it and see.
Well, you're off to a heck of a start. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really neat. Yep, it
I'm
works.
excited about it. Thank
It
you.
works. Yeah. Oh, here, I forgot to show the one from the angle so people can get at least a sense of the texture. Yeah. Neat stuff. All right, that was it. That was it. I'm putting us all back on screen now.
Okay.
There we go. That was fun. Oh.
Yeah.
I always have a blast with you guys. Always.
It's
Well-
fun peering into your mind.
Yes. Well, you're welcome anytime. I will say that anytime. You get something you want to talk
thank
about,
you.
let's do it. Yep.
Oh, yes.
Without a doubt. Yeah. So, okay,
Right.
folks, right down there, hurry up quick. Get your emails to me. GaryWeTalkFiber.com. Subject is Orna. And there'll be a chance to win any of 5 different charts in a PDF format. So get that. Then Orna at ornadesign.com.
Gary, it's sometimes confusing. The design is singular, not plural.
Oh, yes, I should. Yeah, Orna at ornadesign.com. If you want to get in on the Fields of Gold class, but act quick because that's Monday is the cutoff, and there's just a few kits left. So if you're interested, get in on that quickly from that. And then, all the ones you saw tonight, Orna has them. So if you're interested, obviously she'll help you out. She'll be more than happy to help you out. So that's all I got. You got anything else, Beth?
Nothing.
Orna, is that
Except
it?
I think we gotta have a Sal. I think we need a Orna
Oh,
Sal.
that's right. We were just touching on that before it became the top of the hour. Okay, see, I'm a sucker for those things. So
I know. And you keep up so well.
I'm the master of keeping up. There's no doubt about that. There's no doubt about how I do Sal's. Man, I am so good. Yeah. Yeah, I can do Sal's like nobody's business. Look at that, huh?
I know. Look at that. You just moving.
Jeez. Okay,
Well-
all right. We got to talk. Okay, we'll have a meeting there, Orna, and see about a
Alrighty.
Sal because that would be fun.
Yeah. That would be.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? I just had a thought. The dragons.
Uh-oh. Oh.
When the dragons are ready,
Yes.
did we do it? Is that it right there?
That's it. Because I saw those. I have a son that used to love dragons.
Okay, that's it.
Oh,
All right.
yeah.
So when
That's
they're
it.
ready, Orna, we're doing a Sal. Jennifer,
Alrighty.
is Jennifer still out there? Are you up for
I
it,
don't know if
Jennifer?
Jennifer's still there.
She probably went to bed.
She's like,
She was making dog food all day. She's exhausted. I think that's it. I think that's it right there. That's the Sal. So when you're done, Orna, when you're done with
let
it,
us know.
then all right, then we're doing the Sal. All right.
I'll let you know. Yes.
Okay.
Great.
Take some time. Take some time. I got a couple things over here I'm a little occupied with right now.
Year or two, sure.
No,
No,
not that long.
long.
Not that long. But give me,
Okay.
6 or 8 weeks anyway.
Okay, I will.
Yeah. All right. I think we're going to call
Well-
it right there. Get your emails in if you want to have a shot at the charts. And Orna, really thanks. That was so much fun. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right. Bye, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Bye.